General. There we go. Yeah. All right. So, pretty much last time, after 2 weeks of debriefing from the prospect, uh, you guys, I mean, while you guys were in town, it was getting close to the summer solstice, which was a week of celebration here in Ulras, where they worship Pelor, as well as a few other deities of the pantheon. But it's an excuse to party. So I mean, why not? In a whole week, it's yeah, it's more so for the fun and just letting your hair down and you know, other than the usual business of bounty hunting and whatever else goes on in the city. Some of you guys partook in arm wrestling, as Pika pretty much just took on this huge Minotaur man and flawlessly beat him. You guys participated in both a normal sprint foot race as well as an obstacle course. Some of you guys just, again, Pika just, I don't know, man. You guys got a pretty damn good teammate. There was also a dexterity game that some of you took part in and had some good fun with that. What else was there? Oh, the archery game run by Ava. I mean, a lot of you guys just cleaned house. Even with how high some of these ACs were. Proud of you guys. And pretty much all that's left is the drinking game hosted by Roland and any after dark gambling, when a lot of the more family crowd kind of leaves and it's just more of the adults just having
children.
Yeah, them heathens. I mean, there's still teens out because it's roughly
Those
like
the grossest.
roughly like 16 and up can kind of lightly gamble, and then 21 and over can. That's when you're starting to get into like gambling with like gold and high stakes. But there's some standard. It's a gambling town, but they tend to kind of understand the appeal and kind of limit it. Trying to teach responsibility. But otherwise, I mean, aside from that, there was a few stalls. Some with local retailers, some with traveling traders who had some pretty interesting wares, and they're still around, albeit lowered stock after you guys. And one of those traveling traders ended up being Davis's twin sisters and his younger brother, who you guys ended up meeting and getting to know while shopping around. But otherwise, Steel Trap was sick, and he seems to be feeling better. It is probably later on in the week, and it's the morning. Roland's down, tending the bar as you guys come down. Good morning. And Davis is at the bar waiting for you guys, kind of hanging out, him and Pika. And the day is yours. What do you guys want to do?
Shot. No, it's okay.
Maury seems to be gone, so she's kind of.
Maury's passed out from drinking too much. Or?
No, she's just not with the group. Davis chimes in. He says he saw her with one of his sisters earlier, so they're probably talking.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Rip Davis.
Getting the dirty on the boy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, there's still the for those of you who haven't participated in the arm wrestling, that's still going on. Archery's still going on. The Tabaxi still has his stall set up, and there's plenty of market stalls you guys missed out on. So if you guys wanted to shop around, just look, see what's for sale. Because the drinking and gambling is more so later on at night. So if there's anything you guys want to get accomplished now.
Well,
wouldn't mind just having a look around.
Okay. So Pika and Davis are just following you to the main thoroughfare. As it's still, it's later in the week, but it's still busy. Like there's this is one of the few big celebrations out here in the Kingdom of Gillette, and I mean they take it hard. They take it pretty seriously, and they party hard. So there's still families out. I mean, it's still going strong. Like it looks just like day one. It's just probably like Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Friday.
Well, as per usual, I definitely want to get
Somewhat.
some snack.
Some snack. All right. So you gonna go back to that kebab place, the lizard
Yeah.
folk man who was hooking you up?
Yeah, I don't know where he gets his stuff, but it's good.
Yeah. You go as he recognizes a repeat customer. And he kind of gives you a knowing nod. He's same as always.
Yes.
All right. So he gets a big wooden plate out.
Clean this guy out.
Gets another big wrap. Starts slicing off meat. Just tell me when.
Can I just stay quiet or?
I mean, you're gonna pay more.
Okay.
I mean, if it's
Okay. Just give me a big chunk and slab. I'm good.
yeah. All right. So that's 15. What did I say it was? It was 15 copper, I think, or 15 silver. We can mark it. Copper. Yeah. Oh yeah, it was 15 copper. It's meat. But yeah, he hands the plate over. And takes the money off of you. Thank you. Hope to see you the rest of the week.
Yeah, you will.
All right.
Okay. Well. I got
So-
a fat chunk of meat.
We'll hit the rest of the shops, or
Yeah.
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 Go see what's out there.
So you guys all meander about to the more markety part of the festivities. Now with Steel Trap, some of the merchants that they're all still there. I mean, again, it's just people been buying, but at one side you see a small Grimalkin gray tabby. He seems to be manning a jewelry stall. You see a candle stall. You see the same old woman with the miscellaneous trinkets.
She crusty.
A book stall. Big Lucas has a weapons stall set up. You see the same Naga still taking orders for his fabric stall clothing. Davis's sister. It seems Isaac is manning the wood stall right now. Him and Sarah. Rianne's not there. And the alchemist stall is still going strong. So.
oh yeah. By the way, Stitch Trap.
Yes.
Something, and I hand him the magic chair thingy.
The belt of the chairman.
Yep,
Ah.
Oh, okay.
a breakable
And-
magic chair that you can use anywhere. I thought you might appreciate it.
How does it work?
I think you just put it on and sit down.
Do you want to do that?
Steeltrap's going to think for a moment, and then he's going to... I might have an idea. He's going to tie it around his ankle, or tighten it around his ankle, and then attempt to lift his leg and put it back down.
As you lift your leg and put it back down, it doesn't seem to work. Or no, actually no. As you put it back down, it kind of puts up a footrest. You feel kind of under your leg.
Steeltrap is then going to step fully on the footrest and lift himself up.
As you go to put your more weight onto it, your leg just passes through.
Oh,
It was worth a shot. And he's then going to attempt to sit on it normally.
Okay, so you pull it off your ankle and put it around your waist. It blends in pretty well. It's a nice metal belt. It's got some red velvet lining. And as you sit down, you find a very accommodating chair, albeit invisible, and it's pretty comfortable. It's not like,
Able to support his weight.
yeah, it's able to support. Oh yeah, it's definitely able to support the weight. And you can, as your ass kind of sits down into the seat of it, and you kind of give a tentative wiggle, and then you lean back, and you're met with actually a nice comfortable backing. And yeah, suspended in
Oh,
midair.
this is just perfect. Thank you very much.
Don't worry, I got you.
As you're doing this after Criella handed you that belt, Pika kind of chimes in. She's holding up the kind of tattered war bannered scarf that she won, and she's kind of handing it to you as well. And she's kind of like, she takes one hand off and she's kind of signing to Davis, and he's like, she says this is for you, Steel Trap.
Oh. And he's going to look across it, and it's just, what is this?
You guys, did you guys identify it? I think you guys identified it.
I think we identified
Yeah.
everything.
Davis kind of relays to you what happened the other day about Pika kind of winning an arm wrestling match against the Minotaur, and what he had given her. Yes, it seems to enable the wearer to kind of compel others to fight them one-on-one. I mean, I think it's once a day, but I mean, it can get you a pretty damn good fight if you need it.
And these are banners of the fallen, then?
Yes, actually, yes.
A mighty gift. You're absolutely certain, little one.
She kind of nods, and she kind of has that like, I'm kind of sorry for what I did, but you're a respectable dude, so she kind of gives you the thumbs up.
Well, I thank you kindly, and consider it nothing in the past.
She nods. She says you're welcome. But yeah, now you got your gifts from the crew, and Davis is kind of looking around with you guys. Where do you want to go first? I mean, we got some time to kill before drinking game, or if some of you guys want to hit some of the other things, I'm pretty good. I wouldn't mind just window shopping.
Just
Yeah.
yeah, just gonna walk along.
Well, what do we
looking
have
at
available?
What's like for offer?
So again, there's a jewelry stall. There's a candle stall. The miscellaneous, the book stall, the weapons stall, a fabric stall, a wood stall, and an alchemist stall. Those seem to be the notable ones, aside from smaller like haggling goods, spices and such.
Well, we visited the wood stall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You visited the wood stall, the miscellaneous, and the some of you visited the clothing stall. Only Criella and Mori.
I wouldn't mind checking out the jewelry store.
Oh, jewelry store.
I don't know if you want to come if they maybe have some, glowy stuff.
Sure.
It's up to you guys.
I'm ready for some rainbows, I suppose.
Okay.
Alright.
So Davis will just tag along with you guys. All right. So you meander through the crowd and you get up to where the jewelry stall is, and there's a few people kind of eyeing the wares. And there's a small Grimalkin, kind of like pretty much a tabaxi, but much shorter. They're the Munchkin cats, the small,
Tiny kitty.
yeah, the small
Sorry.
boys. Gray tabby. Seems he's talking in a male voice. Welcome. He's waving you guys in. Is there anything I can do for you? I have a few magic rings. The rest of my stuff is mundane, but I do take orders for custom mundane jewelry. I do not do magic myself.
So, got a few magic rings.
Just a few. Nothing too much. And he looks to Davis and he's like, I mean, I've seen this. General, I recognize you. You came by with your female friend earlier. I mean, I think he bought one, but I have a few more of those. Those were more very commonplace. And Davis kind of, holds up his hand, and on it you see a small ring that is topped with a red rose. It looks almost organic, but upon closer inspection, it's very, very good carved red agate.
Okay.
So, what you got there? What's your assortment of magical?
As you look, he has. Let me. Oh, I gotta pull these up again. Um, da, 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 da. I mean, among his like normal mundane stock, you do see a lot of very pretty crafted rings. Anything from signet rings to more normal bands, maybe even some that look paired, kind of like wedding rings. Oh, come on. Sorry, it's taking a little bit here. So there is this one. There is where is it at? Oh, come on. I should have pulled these up. You see two more of the rings that look that Davis has. These are Ring of the Roses. It's just a common enchant, and Davis kind of, as the Grimmelkin's kind of going on about it, Davis kind of whisks his hand. He gives a flick of the wrist, and a rose magically appears in it. They pretty much stay for an hour before disappearing. I mean, it's just fanciful showmanship stuff. He has a blood red ring. It's a dark gray ring decorated with a dark red ruby. As Coden, as you're looking at it, it just like the rose ring, this one gives off a magical aura. And you see a set of matching rings. They're very bland, except the embellishment on the tops of them kind of forms a point. And these are rings of the pugilist.
Pugilist?
Mm-hmm. That's another term for a pit fighter.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
A pugilist is actually a person who fights with their fists.
Oh, there you go. My bad.
Oh.
I was assuming whenever I Google search pugilist, I always see like the meme of the 1920s guy with the mustache, kind of in a fighting stance. I always assumed it was like a
Yeah, it's because they are throwing fists.
touche. But otherwise, it seems that he had another ring, but it was bought earlier in the day because Mori had come through and early and kind of bought something. But otherwise, he has these two. He goes on to say that the rings of the pugilist they increase someone's he's how can I put it? He's saying it in a way that you're inferring what I, as a DM, am telling you, because I don't know how to pretty much say that you get a boost to unarmed strikes, but the rings as a set increase your unarmed strikes from a D4 to a D6.
They make you punch harder.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. But it goes from bludgeoning to piercing damage. So I mean, there's nothing really about. I mean, it's just a small boost. The blood red ring, he goes on to say that it's got a little bit of a life enchantment on it. Does not need attuned, but it will help you in times of dire need. And he doesn't seem to know too much about this one, but it's
That sounds interesting.
the rings of the pugilist are 400 gold, and the blood red ring is roughly 75.
75 gold. And the rose rings?
Those are 10 gold each. They're very minor magic.
I'll take one of those and the red one.
Okay, so mark off 65. 60, oh yeah, 85. So he
Oh.
has.
It's actually quite a large upgrade for Rings of Pugilist.
Is it?
Yeah, the normal damage for an unarmed strike is 1 plus strength.
Well, I mean, these were kind of.
Yeah, that's
They're for monks. That's the other thing about them. So they are more geared towards the monk persuasion.
Interestingly enough, Steel Trap also has 1d4 on his unarmed strikes.
Hey, I mean, if you want these.
No, it's Steel Trap has heavy embers at the moment, so
Right.
there's not much call for it.
Okay, so.
but then, is that really all he has to offer, or do you see something sparkling somewhere, like something else?
No. I mean, you can look. I mean, you can look around, but he pretty much has his stock. I mean, he's got his stock forthright. He doesn't really have. He's not wanting to have a back stock.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So he's here to sell and make money.
All right. Anyone else want some rings, or?
Yes. In fact, do you do commissions?
He goes. Just for mundane things, nothing enchanted. I mean, if you.
No, just mundane.
Yes, I do.
I would like a set of 10 iron rings, preferably with that doesn't rust.
I mean, I can do stainless steel if that's an alternative for you. Finding iron that doesn't rust that would require a little bit of magic on someone's part, and that's something I cannot do.
More that they were varnished. The iron part is more, well, he gestures towards himself. To blend in.
I see. He can probably get some. Yeah, I think he could. He kind of looks you
A
over.
matte varnish would be preferable.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I could probably whip something up. I would have to mail them to you. I am not local to the city. I'm a little ways out. I deal mostly up in the port. If that's fine with you.
Aye.
For one ring, it would be, and then you said iron, correct? Just with a matte finish. That would be simply 5 silver. So you wanted 10, one for each.
And do you require measurements?
Yes.
As he holds out his hands.
Yes, I would have to. So he reaches into. For Grimalkin, he's small, but he's very well clothed. He reaches into his tiny pocket and he kind of. It's more of a string, really, but if you look closer, it's more of a
Steel Trap has to kneel down.
And he kind of takes your measurements. You know, your fingers are pretty uniform, to be fair. So I mean.
They were made.
So. Very made well indeed. Yeah. So 5 silver each. So that's 10 silver. That's pretty much a gold apiece. So 5 gold.
Aye, and he hands it over.
Okay. Let me mark that down for an order. Boop. All right. If the did you where should I mail these to? Are you local here? Or?
I'm currently residing at the Predator's Den.
Okay. Yes, I know where that is. Yes, I can have them delivered to you specifically. And your name is
Steel Trap. I'm rather well known around these parts.
Nice to meet you. He kind of sticks his small hand out. He kind of grabs one of your fingers. My name is Wald. I'm happy to do business with you.
I just want to pick him up.
He kind of sees you kind of reaching towards him. He's like, listen, I get enough of that from my wife. And in the background, you see a tabaxi. She's roughly like nearly 6 foot, and she after her ear flicks, and then like you kind of see her kind of grin a little bit. And he's like, But
I couldn't even imagine how this goes.
hey man, he's doing good for himself. Um, but yeah. You need nothing else from me? Any of you others wish to have any commissions done? If
I have no requirements.
okay.
I'm good.
I'm not one for jewelry.
All right. So you guys kind of wave off to him, and as other people take your place, and he begins his sales pitch again. You wander back out into the main thoroughfare, and aside. So that's one stall down. Where do you want to hit next? To kind of look around.
Well, let's go. The alchemist store.
The alchemist. Okay. So you kind of see some steam and a little bit of smoke billowing out of the one stall, and you hear some laughter, and you see some of the other patrons kind of just talking in front to this to whoever sits behind it. But as you guys meander up, they kind of see you guys and they wave off to the person, and you guys walk up, and as you come in closer, you kind of see this large Eberdon woman kind of, for those of you who aren't familiar with the Eberdon, they are a boar people. More.
I'm sure they're fairly interesting.
Yeah.
They're not boring.
Yeah. But she seems to have. She's very well dressed. She's got a big smile. She's kind of tall. She sees you guys coming in. She waves you over. Welcome. What can I get you all? What can I get you all today? And she kind of looks up at Coden and kind of.
You're so humble for someone so pig-headed.
She's taken aback by that.
No, that's out of combat. That's out of character.
Oh. Okay. That's good though.
God damn it.
But she's very welcoming to you guys. She's kind of, what can I? Is there anything I can get for
Does
you?
she have like stuff like out there available
She
that we can see?
off to the right, she has kind of her part of her alchemist setup. It's more of like an L shape kind of stall with like a middle post. So like some of her alchemy sets here, some of it's over here, and she has where she can show you how things are brewing up, and you see some potions brewing off to the side. But then on the left, she kind of has more of a built-in part of the stall, and it's kind of covered in a glass portion. But you can see some potions are kind of in the rack. Most of them seem to be gone, but she's been doing business. But she does have a few things left over, and she kind of goes on with her spiel of, I have. I mean, were you guys looking to commission some potions off of me, or what I have in stock?
I mean, let's just see what you have.
Okay. She kind of motions back to what she has already available, and 3 of the potions are they're separated by what they are. 3 of them are together. She says these are potions of health +1. It's my own special recipe.
Plus what?
+1.
Plus 1 health.
No. I will explain that. She's like, because of the festival, I am offering these at the price of normal health potions, but they are the same. The only difference being, again, elaborating more so what she's saying as a DM, these potions, instead of it being 2d4 plus 2, which is a total of 10, it's 1d4 plus 6. So you're getting a little bit more of a health boost. You're guaranteed a little bit more of the health boost back.
Okay.
Normally these potions run for 75. She's selling them for 50, the price of normal. She has 3 of those. She has another, and then she has 2 lone potions. One seems to be a potion of sight for 25 gold, and upon drinking this, you get 8 hours of dark vision. And
Awesome.
the other lone potion, this is a potion of respiration, and it is 40 gold. And for 1 minute after drinking this, your speed increases by 10 feet, and you gain you gain the ability to, or you gain the ability to hold your breath for up to 15 minutes. So it increases your lung capacity for a short time, depending on what you're kind of doing.
I mean, you can never go wrong with some health potions, right? I'll take those.
How many do you wish to have?
There are 3 of them.
3 of them.
I want
Sure, all of them.
You want one of them? Okay.
one.
All of them.
Oh, all of them? I mean,
If
if
I
you,
can.
yeah. 150 gold.
All right.
They're in the site. And she kind of looks at Coden as Kriel is buying all 3. She kind of gives you a small grin. She's like, "Did you want some sugar?" She's kind of giving you a little bit of sweet talk. She's like, "Just give me some money. I'll whip up. How many? Well, I can whip up to 2 for you. I can't do
I'll
too much more."
too. I have a problem with giant insects attaching to me, and I'd rather not.
She kind of gives you a strange look, but she kind of, "It's all right, sugar. I got you." Anything?
That's a long story.
Anything for you, Metal Man? Were you looking for anything? Kind of looking at Steel Trap.
No, I have no particular preference.
Okay. So, for you, and she points to Coden, just give me 100 gold. Actually, well, I have to brew them up. Wasn't expecting to, but for you, I will. Just give me 110 for 2 of them. I have to charge you a little bit more. I'm sorry, but it's cutting it close to the end of the week, and I have to make sure my ends meet.
Yeah, I have to make sure I'm not dead. I'll be broke, but I won't be dead.
110?
I mean, I got 3. I can lend you one. We're mostly out together, so But if you mean we could have more, never hurts. Quite the opposite, in fact.
Just oh my god. Why?
Is that a fucking dog?
Yeah, there's several in the thoroughfare. Freya! But
Okay, well, I guess as many health potions as we can get is probably the best idea here.
So 110 for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she takes 110 off of you.
I cry 110 small tears in my head.
So Kriela, you bought the 3, Coden, you ordered 2 more at a little bit higher price. You guys did you want any of the other ones, the respiration or the sight?
How much was the respiration?
Respiration
40?
is 40.
40.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, why not? I'll take it too. Let's just clear out the entire store while we're at it.
Yeah.
All right.
Never hurts.
So she kind of thanks you for your, thank you. I wish I had more for y'all. I wish I had more for y'all. Especially you, big man. She's flirting with you, Code, and she's looking up at you, but she's like, she's a good looking lady. I mean, obviously not an earth sign, but I mean, she thick. She a little thick.
Sign ladies though. I like my bacon, but
I mean, she got some arms on her. She flirting with you. But yeah, she's like, and what is your name, big handsome?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Kriela. Thank you.
She laughs at that and she's like, all right, but wait, your name's Kriel? Wait, I'm confused.
I'm Coden.
You're there it is. I like that. All right.
He's a little shy.
I'm not shy. I just get distracted by the potions here.
Are you local or are you visiting the festival?
Yeah, visiting this festival, staying over at the Predator's Den with these fine fellows here.
Okay, so that's where I'll send it to when I'm done, but they'll be there at the end of the week. I'll hand deliver myself, and I hope to see you then. Is there anything else I could interest you guys in while you're here, or no? I mean, y'all pretty much cleaned me out of the rest of my stock, so
I think we're good here.
okay.
Buddy?
All right. So she starts pulling out some materials and getting to work. She waves at you as you leave. She kind of gets back to work with a smile on her face.
Oh my god.
Hey man, she likes her big guys.
Oh gosh. She'd get destroyed.
But yeah, so I mean, there's the candle stall, the book stall, weapons. Those of you that
What's
didn't,
special about candles?
I
I
mean,
mean, you can like maybe they let you like makes your own candles where you have like the string and you dip it into wax over and over again, and it takes forever. And then maybe you get like your custom colors, or maybe you can just buy candles. I don't know.
the stall itself is very ornate, kind of gothic looking. Whereas where there was wooden posts for most of the other market stalls, these ones have like wrought iron. The canopies is very elegant. There's a lot of crowd in front, and people seem to be walking away with like small, like a few, like with a candle each. Davis chimes in. Maury and I went there earlier because she wanted to do some early morning shopping just to kind of poke around. Their wares are kind of nice. She was very. It's interesting. You'd have to see it for yourself. And he's kind of just chilling, but
These candles seem kind of suspicious.
I mean, it's something that you might be interested in, Coden.
Cast a candle of hallucination on David. I think he's eating soup, but he's actually just eating my leaves.
Listen, bitch. He's gonna fight you. I mean, it's drawn a crowd, so they got something going on. It's interesting, and even Davis can attest to it.
Kind of nose over that direction. I like my smells.
You're gonna go over to the candles.
I smell some freaky stuff right now, so let's go.
All right. So Davis and Pika are just following you. Cruella, Steel Trap, you go into the candles.
Sure.
Okay.
Hey.
So just like before, you meander through the crowd, as this kind of rotating crowd of people seems to be going to the candle stall and leaving. You get to see who sits behind it, and it is a Slua. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Woman, jet black hair, jet black dress, skin pale as white as snow, but she has like blood red lipstick. She looks very Morticia Adams. She's like, hello, welcome to my store. My stall, excuse me. My name is Greta. I
Nice to meet you.
deal in the business of candles. I've brought what I think would be more appropriate to this festival, and I hope what I have could be of interest to you. Do you wish to see what I have?
Sure.
Okay. She goes over and she has kind of she has some of the wax kind of in blocks kind of show off, but she has mostly blue candles and black candles. And she's like, with the black candles, I will not light. I've lit one off earlier for a few customers, and I seem to have angered my neighboring ones. And as you see, there's like some spice dealers and such on either side of her, and they kind of, at the mention of this, they kind of like they hear her and they kind of give her the side eye, and she's like, I will not demonstrate this, but when you light a candle of this magical black wax that I make myself, it produces magical darkness surrounding it. So it's kind of a reverse light source. Again,
That's
I cannot show you this, but you take my word for it. I do have my guarantee on my products, because I do know what I sell. The other one, the blue, which I can show you, and she kind of reaches behind the counter, and she kind of pulls out this. It's snuffed, and she's like, "Well, ignore what is going on here partially. This is an ever burning candle. It's a little bit more advanced than some of the ones that I am selling. The ones I have sold are mostly single use. However, the ever burning, you can, as long as you snuff it, it is fine, and it will continue to burn.
What if it goes out on its own? Like
You have
wind
to
or...
snuff it.
Oh, okay.
And you see on
So
top of it, she has it in a candle holder, like the one that you put your finger through, and on top of it is like a matching snuff for it. And she's like, I can provide you with the holder and snuff as well, added cost. But she's like, it is pretty hot out here. Yes, I mean, it's a desert city, and as such, I'm sure a man of like you. She kind of motions the code in. You get pretty hot. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. So she's like, let me fix that for you, and she kind of unsnuffs it, and you see this blue candle as the wick is uncovered. It bursts into a mystical blue flame. And as it does, the area around it, you feel cools down, and it's almost like it's not like cold, like like deadly cold. It's like air conditioning.
Ooh.
And she's like, I've sold many of these to many of the more furred customers and residents of this capital city, and I do quite good business with these. These are my best-selling candle. For a single-use one is 10 gold. Ever burning is 40. And that is with the brass holder and snuff.
I will have one of each, one of the black ones and one of the ever burning blue ones. If you don't mind.
Single-use black? Is that what?
Single use black.
And you want one of them?
Yes.
Okay, so a single-use black one is 10. And a ever-burning blue is 40.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay. They're on the site, by the way. I made sure everything was in. Oh, before I forget, I also have one other thing, and she kind of pulls out this more translucent blue candle. Unfortunately, I do not sell ever burning for this. This is what is known as a candle of the deep. When you light it, it remains lit underwater, but the enchantment does not seem to work too well with ever burning variants, and as such, I cannot sell one as such. But well, I honestly don't offer it too often here because, well, it is the desert, and where are you gonna really encounter such large bodies of water? I operate out of the Porto Tovo of North, and they are very popular with a lot of the sailors. But I bring a few just in case. You never know. But I don't have too many of these. Would you want some of this one is 10 gold as well.
Oh, that surely sounds interesting, but thank you. I can see it just fine in the dark.
Okay. She kind of looks up at Coden. She's like, would you want an ever-burning blue one, my dear?
Oh, that's tempting. Wait, how much?
I mean, I just bought a fucking potion of respiration in the desert, so
Well,
don't feel ashamed.
Well, the respiration either gives you, if you mix it with water before you drink it, it gives you the 15 minutes of holding your breath. If you just drink it straight, it's plus 10 feet of movement for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, it's dry or water-based combat. So, but yeah, Coden, a ever-burning cold candle, blue candle, is 40 gold. And it comes with embellishments. Or you can get without the embellishments, it's 30. It would just be the straight ever-burning candle, but you'd have to find a way to snuff it.
How do I snuff it without the special thing?
I mean, it's not special. You just have to cover it. I just sell it as a part of a deal I have with a brass worker up at the port. because he was unable to make it, I brought some of his wares down and I sell it alongside mine. I get a little bit of commission, but mostly they are his. I'm sure you can find another around here, but I'm offering it as a convenience set.
Very well, I'll buy the set.
Okay, so 40 gold, and she kind of reaches back and she gets another one. I mean, it's not bad looking brass. I mean, it's very well done for 10 gold for the holder and the topper on top, matching topper. It's not bad, and you take it from her and kind of you can test it if you want. She kind of she stops her, she snuffs hers and puts it down, and as you open yours up, the wick just immediately ignites into the same brilliant blue flame, and that area of just air condition just sweeps over you, and it feels nice. You've just been, I mean, Ulros, especially in the summer, has gotten pretty hot. I mean, even in your armor, you're kind of like, you've been drinking a lot more, kind of just to stay hydrated. But I mean, this candle, it's nice and cool. It feels very nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Even the air you breathe in, it's like chilled.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
should
these
fix it like to a hat or something.
a candle hat.
Just carry it around.
I mean, you can touch it and it doesn't give off any heat. You could probably even swap the embellishments for like.
Yes, candle hat.
You could probably even swap the embellishments for a small lantern that you can like hook on your hip if you wanted. So long as it's burning the area around it, I think. Let me look.
However, I can keep this thing burning constantly.
I mean, it'll burn constantly. It has the enchantment for it.
Yes, conveniently and constantly.
Sheds bluish bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet. Instead of emitting warmth, it emits cold.
Can I throw it in my backpack and still feel cold?
I mean, yeah. It's not because of the ever burning enchantment. You can pinch it and it doesn't burn you. You can touch it to like your fur. You can run the flame just dances on the wick between your fur as you kind of it doesn't burn you. You can even touch it to your clothes. It doesn't burn you.
All right.
Just be careful because if it's in your pack, there's a chance that it would just get snuffed if it gets between two things.
Okay.
You can. I mean,
I want to try something. I'm gonna ignite mine and put it in my spider pouch, the web grip rucksack,
okay.
and then wait a few seconds and take it back out.
As you put it in the magical port, like in the inside the actual pack.
Yeah, in the web grip rucksack, the
As
mini
as you put it in, and it disappears into the bag, the coldness kind of goes away. And then when you pull it back out, the coldness comes back.
It's still lit, right?
Oh yeah. It's still lit. It's ever burning.
Ah, that's perfect. I just toss it back in there.
Okay. So, and you bought the one with the embellishments, correct? That was the 40.
Yep.
Okay, so 40 gold.
Like with everything.
Okay, so Davis kind of I'll buy one, so Davis will buy one too. Get with the embellishments. No, he'll get it without the embellishments. So he'll get a small lantern made for you or something like that. But otherwise, that's all she has. And you also bought one of the darkness ones, but that will be consumed when you use it. So, but that emits when
For how long, like approximately, would this burn?
Magical darkness in a 15-foot radius and dims all light for an additional 15 feet. Does not emit warmth. It can be lit for a total of 5 minutes.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a small candle.
Yeah, so because it's kind of absorbing all that light, it burns fairly quickly. And the ever burning, the ever burning is roughly 1,000. Yeah. It's I mean, it's a powerful candle.
I mean, it's
Powerful.
that it is.
Yeah, I mean, for air conditioning, I mean, that's just convenience.
Mm-hmm.
So, but for magical darkness, I mean, if anyone has the ability to see through magical darkness, that is a major boon. And that is obviously worth way more. But otherwise, she hasn't sold many of her black candles, but I mean,
Oh, by the way, are you from here or like from outside? Like, do you have a candle shop in town?
no, I am from the port.
Ah,
I deal mostly
oh, right.
with, that's where I get most of my magical wax. It is much too expensive to ship from there to here, and as such, I mostly deal out of there.
Right.
It's more artisan based up there. Is there anything else I can deal in with you? I also do custom mundane candles as well. And she kind of looks to Davis and she's like, if I'm not mistaken, the girl you were with got a few normal candles off of me as well. So, but those are fairly cheap. 4 silver for, well, it's, how much was it? Let me see. For I do not remember. No, it was a silver per candle. Custom.
Oh.
But they're mundane.
Can I get just like 5 just plain old candles?
Any color you wish.
Just, I don't know, white, whatever.
White?
It's fine.
Oh, 5 silver.
Or just natural color.
5 silver.
Thank you very much.
Okay, just put 5 white candles. And those burn for 3 hours. 3 hours each. Is there anything else I can interest you all in, or?
I'm good. I'm feeling cool.
If that's all, I think we're good.
Okay.
Thank you
She
very much.
She gives a very elegant bow and she waves you off and then welcomes more customers in. So I mean, all that would be left would be for those that wanted the clothing and books or weapons from Lucas. As you see the
You
giant...
mentioned there are like people selling spices right next door.
I mean, they're very. I mean, it's more of like a cinnamon. You know, spices like that. Was there anything from there you wanted?
I wanted to buy like just, I don't know, like a little pouch of pepper or something like that.
Oh, pouch of pepper. As you like wander next door, it's a human woman who kind of looks at you and she shows you the different kinds of pepper. It was just black pepper, right?
Yep.
For a bag of it, 5 copper.
All right.
Okay. But was there any other stalls you wish to look at while you were here?
Anybody interested in reading?
I mean, I make fun of Davis all the time, but maybe.
Still trust just like
something useful.
no.
Words aren't real.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't mind.
So which one were you gonna look at?
I'm just gonna have like a glance over the literature shop just to see like very briefly what they have.
Okay. You go up and the Laxodon woman who's behind it, you know, dressed very very brightly, she welcomes you. You know, I'm hello, I am Kita. I am a local. I kind of have a low stock right now, but if you like my wares, maybe you can find my store later. All I have left is a book, and she holds it up. I have 2 books. One is called Fired Up, A Guide to Pottery. This would be for getting tool proficiency in pottery. And then she has another book. It just says very plain, but it's very bland, and it just says Rudimentary Alchemia. This would be a tool book on alchemist supplies, on learning them.
How much for those?
The pottery is 45 gold, and the alchemist book is 62.
I'll have the alchemy one.
Alchemy one? Okay.
62. Gold.
62? Yep.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. But she says, she apologizes for her short stock. She says she has a local store, and to come find her after the festival. She's,
What's your name?
she's like, I'm sorry, my name is Kita, and I run Kita's chapter. It is my personal bookstore. I come across many titles and I can do orders, if I can find them, of course. But I'm in a part of the upper echelon of the merchants part of Ulras. So come to my store. I would be more than happy to cater to you. I am not a library, however, but if there's anything I can do.
Certainly will.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
All right. So you walk away with your rudimentary Alchemia book, and all that would be left. I mean, Big Lucas has his stall set up. He's got a few weapons hanging
What
around.
does he say?
Oh, he's got weapons. He's
Like,
doing his.
What kinds of weapons?
I mean, you guys would have to. I mean, glancing. Glancing, you see some like swords and stuff, but then you see like on the main part, there's a few items that kind of stand out against the rest. But I mean, the crowd's kind of a little bit large. You guys would have to get closer and kind of peer over.
I'm always interested in what Big Lucas has to say.
You want to head over there?
Can you help me push some people to the side?
Why not? Yeah. Before I'm broke, I will maybe buy something useful.
Right.
I mean, this candle's amazing.
You're very. I mean, it's still burning, and you're still feeling nice and cool. You're just like.
First time it felt cool in weeks.
And it definitely feels nice.
Just upsetting people as you pass them by because they're like, just suddenly they think the chill of the grave. It's like someone's walked over their tombstone.
It's a mixture of that and some people that know about him and are just like, and then you take it away and they're just like, back to sweating.
I'm gonna get a bunch of people awkwardly like trying to stand close to me.
Davis is actually one of those people. Him and Pika are kind of like huddled close. Davis has his in his bag of holding, but I mean, since you got yours out, he's definitely taking advantage of the 15-foot like chill zone. And as you get up closer, you Coden, because you're wearing the glasses, you see that the 4 of the items in front. I mean, everything else is not glowing, but the 4 items in front that Lucas has are. And he kind of looks towards you guys and he beckons you over. Welcome. Is there anything I can do for members of the Predators Den? I've brought some weapons here. Obviously, it's not my entire stock, but I decided to flex a little, and I had some blueprints laying around that I had bought from traders, and I decided to craft some interesting things. If you guys wanted to take a look, also had an arcane user kind of run some enchantments for me to kind of for a commission. But otherwise, we're selling them for a little bit price off. And you look, and he kind of has a strange looking bow, 2 metal balls with like almost like a hempen rope between them. He has a rifle, a shotgun, and he has it's not magical, but beside that he has like several canisters of like they look like jars, like short stout jars, and he's like, well, he points to the bow. He's like, I have a compound bow. This is enchanted with force damage. I have a meteor hammer, and he points to the 2 balls with the twine between them. I'm not quite used to working with things like this, and I cannot show you without potentially hurting someone else or myself. But someone who's very dexterous could probably use these. These were enchanted with fire. He points to the hunting rifle. This one was enchanted with lightning, and he points to the shotgun, and he's like, this one was enchanted with cold. And you recognize the shotgun was one of the ones that was hanging up behind on the wall. And he's like, all of these pretty much run for 400 gold. And then he points to the little stout canisters next to them, and he's like, I have, I normally don't sell this often, but people have been kind of pestering me for it, but this is some of my special polishing compound for weapons, armor, pretty much anything metal that you can get to a shine. I run these about 20 gold. You get fairly enough use out of them, but they're all custom made by me. I mean, people have been pestering me for the formula. I mean, I won't give it up, but I mean, if people want to buy it, hell, why not? Is there anything y'all want? How about you?
I do have nice wood to make some bows potentially.
Right.
So I'm going with bows.
Okay.
How much again for the like fire imbued jars? Or what else were?
The meteor hammer.
Oh, I thought like I misunderstood that.
No. And he kind of picks them up.
I thought
and
like the jars were like grenades or something like that.
No. He picks them up, and it's a long twine, and the two metals they're like kind of spiked. They begin to clack together a little bit, and he's like, I mean, like I said, I could show you guys, but I'm probably gonna hurt someone or myself. But anybody who's dexterous can whip these around. I mean, I've seen them; they hit pretty hard, but it's nothing. Look, I'm just trying something new, seeing what sticks. People have been interested in them, but not many know how to use them. But
Right.
I mean, all of them are 400 gold, so a little bit of a discount. Because standard enchantment for these, which would be a 1d4, runs you about 500. So I mean, pretty much walking away with a cheaper enchanted weapon.
I think these are all very nice looking, but I think I'm currently fine with what I already bought of you. So.
All right. He looks the steel trap and he's, anything for you, metal man? I mean, even he kind of holds up the polishing compound. You look kind of scuffy. Would you want to try a little bit?
He just called Ghelfi.
Steel Trap's going to pause for a moment, and so he's going to go, "Excuse me."
He's like, no offense to you. I see how you kind of take care of yourself, but I mean, I can, he's trying not to offend you, but he's just like, I have some very good polishing compound. If you would like to buy some, I mean, if you want to, I would even give you some. I'd probably give you a little bit of a discount because you're local. If you wanted more, I guarantee you, it's something that you probably haven't seen before. It's pretty good. I know you were out there fighting.
As much as I would love to shine in the morning, I have attempted this. It makes no difference to my skin.
Okay. Well, if you change your mind, I'd run it for 15 for you at a later date. But the offer's there, so he kind of puts it back down. But he's like, if none of y'all want anything now, if you're ready to come back later for, I mean, normal, whenever
Sure.
after the festival, I'm still around. But kind of looks at Davis. He's like, I still got your project going on, but you need to pay me the rest of that money. He's like, yeah, I know. I've
Got a project going?
yes. After that pistol broke, I commissioned Lucas to do something new for me, custom, and Lucas is like, yeah, he should. Dr. Rockwell showed me that pistol you bought up at the port. Not gonna lie, it's kind of shit. Should have just bought something off me. No offense to whoever made it, but the quality.
I can confirm your stuff is Quite nice.
Thank you. But he was like, yeah, that I was not surprised that pistol broke. I mean, I don't know if the person who did it was half-assed or new, but it was looking more half-assed than anything. So, Dr. Rockwell kind of commissioned me for something a little bit more custom, and it's a little pricey, but what you gonna do? I mean, it's price of quality. So, but you still owe me $23.50 on that, doctor. He's like, of course, I'll get the rest of that to you as soon as I can. But I mean, Lucas is just like, I mean, the rest of it's just magical work at this point. So, but otherwise, that's all I got to tell you. If there's anything else y'all want while I'm here, I still got these, as well as the compound. If anything else, after you know where to find me, and he kind of goes about to helping anybody else if y'all are done.
You'll see us definitely eventually.
All right.
Yeah.
Catch
So
y'all
now we
later.
good.
But so I mean, that's pretty much.
Alrighty then.
That's
I jumped out the stairs.
what's that?
Well, we cleaned everything out.
Yeah. Well, well, I mean, there's some stuff
Not
that are,
exactly, but yeah,
but
you know what I mean. So what are we doing now?
I mean, all that would be left would be
Well-
drinking.
The brothel.
I mean, it's not that much later now, right?
No. It's probably.
There was talk of a contest of strength and a contest of dexterity, you said.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
The arm wrestling, yes. And as you guys are walking out of the marketplace, you still hear the familiar of people just like.
The Minotaur is probably still in therapy, but I bet you find somebody who is willing to challenge you.
I mean, do you want to go look to see where the Minotaur was?
Sure.
I mean, you still hear people. You hear the like at intervals you hear, and then you'll hear, woo. And as you guys make your way towards that sound, you do see the familiar Minotaur. Same build as Lucas, but a longhorn variety, so his horns are out. He's still winning. I mean, he looks up after the latest victim after he puts his hand to the table. He's just like, he looks up and he sees you guys, and he kind of looks to Pika, and he has that moment of like, he kind of like side eyes her, and she kind of side eyes him back, and then he smiles and he's like, ugh. See you, old brother friend. Kind of motions to Steel Trap. Anybody else all want to try arm wrestling me? Did you do it, Coden? You didn't.
No.
No.
I had too much steak in my hand.
So
Well, kebab.
he's like he kind of looks back to Pika, and he kind of gives her a nod. She nods back, but he's looking to Coden and Steel Trap. You know.
Steeltrap's going to roll his
Come on, you
shoulder, and
guys.
you hear a click, 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 crack as gears pop into place. It's like,
All right.
always.
Oh, I want to see that.
The Minotaur man kind of grins, and he kind of looks up at Steel Trap, and he lifts his hand. He's like, he waves at the other. He kind of like, how can I put this? He kind of like waves his arm at the other competitors. He's like, put like kind of, hold on a minute, and he kind of waves you up, and he's like, come on. And he's like, all right, you want to wrestle? Entrance fee, $75. You got that?
Steeltrap just drops the coin pouch on the table.
All right. He kind of takes it aside. One of his helper, the Minotaur's helpers, comes and kind of holds on to it. And he's just like, it's just our middleman. All right. If you can best me, beat me once, you get a little bit back. Beat me twice, you'll get a little more back. Beat me a third time, you'll get some. I'll make it worth your while. What do you say?
Let's go.
Kind of puts his elbow on the table and holds his hand out to yours. And the chair that's in front of him that's on your side is kind of small, but I mean you can definitely make do with that, or without that. But so you kind of sit on midair, kind of getting in front of the table. Everybody's just like, oh, kind of pulling the air chair.
Yeah.
So, all right. So this is gonna be strength check. You're gonna start at middle position, and you get to half, and then you get to full. So you have to roll several strength checks you have to roll enough strength checks to get there, and you can try to intimidate him once to give you advantage on a roll. So it'd be your intimidation versus his charisma saving throw. Does that sound good?
Yep.
All right.
As much as I would love for Steel Trap to rage to gain bonus to strength checks, there's the slight disadvantage of possibly shooting a beam of light from his chest.
Just firing the Minotaur across the fairway. Oh God! All right. So his hand tightens on yours, and the middleman who's kind of holding onto your sack kind of looks between you both, and he throws his arm down, and so make your first strength check, and that is gonna be for him.
That's a natural 20.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
For a 25.
Oh Jesus! So, right out of the gate, you watch his steel trap just effortlessly starts putting his arm back, and the Minotaur's just like he's starting to rile himself up. All right, make another strength check, and that is gonna be what is he?
That's a 9.
That's a 9. So as you're kind of putting him toward the half position, he kind of and he flexes his arm and he kind of gets you back up to middle, and he's kind of giving you a look now. So now you guys are back up in neutral position. Make another strength check.
19.
Okay, so now that you're kind of getting the feel of his strength, you kind of you wrench his arm back down. Oh, both of them still have their elbows on the table, and you're starting to see both Steel Trap and this other Minotaur just starting to really like flex and like they're both holding on to the table now, and you're starting to see it. The wood's starting to creak. All right, make another strength check. Hang on, that was cocked.
21.
That was a 19. So as you guys hear the familiar, he kind of lets go of your hand. He's just like, all right, pretty good.
Do you need a rest?
No. God knows I haven't. God knows I.
Let's move on to the next one then.
All right, puts his elbow back, kind of has his hand at the ready. Clasps yours as you kind of get yours back in there. Make a strength check.
9.
9. He rolled a 2. So you kind of and you start pushing onto his arm. He's feeling a little fatigued, but he's definitely not giving up. Make another strength check.
I was barely even trying that time. He's going to roll to intimidate.
Okay. So his charisma is a straight check. What did you roll for your intimidation?
3.
A 3? No, he shrugs it off with a 9. He kind of snorts at you. He's just like, come on. Now since that didn't work, just make a normal strength check.
Almost, yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
20.
He rolled a 6. I mean, at this point you hear another, and he's like, all right.
You're absolutely certain you don't need a break? You know, I can come back later.
He's like, no, I'm sure, Metal Man. Let's keep going. So you want to go for 3 for 3? Or do you want to take the money and leave?
No. Retreat.
All right.
No.
All right. So you guys get back into neutral position, hands clasped. He's like gripping onto the table now, kind of splintering it. He's like, and then the middleman comes up again, starts the match. Make a strength check, unless you want to intimidate. You get
Well, that'd be a 25 anyway, with a natural 20.
yeah, no. As you watch as Steel Trap kind of just starts putting his arm back down. This Minotaur is kind of, oh fuck. He's looking at Pika, and Pika's just like giving another nod. He's just like, oh shit. All right. Do you want to make an intimidation roll, or do you want to try? Do you want to go straight to the strength check? You get 1 intimidation per match.
No.
No.
I was just thinking. Because, I mean, it's all very well and good saying, like, oh, roll to intimidate, but I'd like to actually, like, think what Steel Trap would say.
Oh, come up with an insult.
Or something like that. It's like, you know...
Ain't worth your mutton. Ain't worth your mutton.
He's a Minotaur. It's beef.
I know. I know. I know that's sheep.
I intimidate him by making him confused as to what I just said.
Roll intimidation.
No, you're not going to lose face in this, are you?
Hopefully not to you. So you want to roll you trying to intimidate him?
Alright.
Well, no, are you? If you're not.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, there's no point not doing it, to be honest. 17.
He rolled an 18. He's just like,
Ooh.
hopefully not to you.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Can't get him to move.
Oh, shut up. Gonna swear to God. Davis just whacked
come.
you. Strength check.
17.
He rolled a 20, so he kind of wrenches you back up to neutral position. Kind of.
You do have strength, after all.
You can see he's now starting to grit his teeth. A little bit of sweat on his brow, but he's really getting into it.
Come on, get a flawless victory. I
Roll
will inspire Steel Trap.
Okay. So you can add what is it, 1d6?
1d6.
It's going to be-
ability checks, attack rolls, saving throws, and now to damage rolls. 2
Oh, nice.
of the new stuff.
So yeah, so
Oh, beat the beast, a metal man. You're the best of best. And that's something you can.
what did you?
Sorry. 17.
17. He rolled a 22. So he kind of.
Alright, so Steel Trap's on the defense now.
Okay, so he's kind of make another strength check as he's trying to put your hand to the table. And remember, you're inspired now, so if you want to use that.
Hey.
Man, it's cocked.
23.
He rolled a 16, so you kind of. This table is starting to creak, and like he kind of, and with his left hand, he's kind of breaking off. He broke off a small chunk, and he's kind of re-grabbing the table. As you guys are now.
Steel Trap's still like one-handed, just sort of sitting back in his air chair.
All right, so you're back up.
Damn. I inspire you again.
You're back up at neutral position. Make another strength.
Can you
roll.
inspire the same person?
I think. You can.
I can inspire you as much as one until I run out of slots. 4 times.
Yeah. All right, straight roll. That'd be a
Jesus.
25.
He rolled,
That's 3 natural 20s in this one.
he rolled an 11, so you kind of get him back. His hand's getting closer. The back of his hand's getting closer to the table now. He's starting to really sweat. He's gritting his teeth. He's kind of snorting a bit. Roll another strength check.
$18.
He rolled a 16. And he lets go of the table in your hand. He's just... Fine.
Good, but not good enough.
Not too many like you out there. That's for sure. He kind of, now he's looking between you and Pika. Pika's just like giving him the nod. Kind of...
I'm the brawn, she's the technique.
He smiles a bit. He raises his hand. He kind of waves it a bit, and his assistant comes over. puts down a bag, 250 gold. Count it if you want. That's it's my first it's best of 3 out of me. But after that, no.
Is it 250 on top of 75 or 250 including 75?
It's including. So you lost
Okay.
75, but now you gain 250.
So yeah.
So you gained 125 gold for beating him.
175.
Or yeah, 175. 175. Yes, that is right. 175. But otherwise,
Elbow Coden and say,
Mhm.
kind of looks to the
I'll
bear.
cover your entrance fee if you want to go.
Really?
I will. I want to see that show.
And I keep the winning. This is how this works.
Possibly.
You keep the 175, but you pay the 75 back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You wanna?
All right.
I can't change my gold on my sheet. Yay.
Let's give it a go.
I'll cover his entrance.
All right. Hang on a second.
It's 75 to enter, yeah.
Okay.
And then you get 250 back.
I'll cover Coden's entry.
All right.
Okay.
You creep. Let me just limber up here. All right. Feeling cool. Feeling nice.
As you
You'll
kind
be
of
just fine.
as you step up to the table, your candle kind of the aura encapsulates the Minotaur too. He's just like,
No.
oh, that feels mighty fine indeed.
Maybe it'll freeze his muscle. Win.
I mean, it's not like I said, it's not deadly cold. It's just
I can hope.
it's air conditioning. But you're gonna roll strength, which is 1d20 plus 6,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna do for his too.
What's his strength?
He only has a +3 modifier. His is only +3. So roll 1d20 plus 6. 16. He rolled a 22. So as soon as you get down, he grabs your hand. He starts pushing your hand back down towards the table. Do you want to try and intimidate him?
Yeah, I'm giving him a fierce looking snarl right now. So I'm getting mad. All right.
All right, roll a 1d20 plus 3. And this is going against his charisma, which is a straight roll for him. Oh, he rolled an. What did you roll? 19? He fucking rolled
19.
an 18. All right, you get advantage on the next roll. So he kind of looks at you, and you look back, and he kind of wavers a bit, because as you tighten your hand on his. So roll 2d20, and then take the highest and add 3, or add 6. Add 6.
So 2 1d20s plus 3.
Yeah, R/R space 2d20.
That's a 1. And now.
I mean, you just crit, so. I mean, I mean, you had a natural 20, so I mean, as you kind of push your hand up, you kind of get him back in a neutral position. Go ahead and make another strength. Do another 1d20 plus 6. Seven. He kind of, now that you back up at neutral position, now he kind of forces your hand back. He's close to beating you.
Oh.
Roll a 1d20.
Don't give up so fast.
1d20.
I will inspire you too.
1d20 plus 6 plus a 1. If you want to use the 1d6, you can keep it if you want to.
You can use it for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, so. Okay. 1d20 plus 6.
Let's get it.
10, and he rolled. Oh, he rolled. Okay. No, he rolled a 10 too, so you kind of stalemate. Roll again. 1d20 plus 6.
Advantage. 1d20 plus 6, and what's the advantage?
There's no advantage. You only got advantage once.
Oh, really? I just didn't. I thought I could use it for 10 minutes.
No.
that's the
Inspiration.
inspiration.
No, you may use it within 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Advantage. Or the
Inspiration.
inspiration. Can I use that, or is that just
You can add
Plus 1d6. You have to use it. You have to declare that you're using it when you're rolling.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I'm
You can't like add it later.
1d6.
Yeah. 1d20 plus 1d6 plus 6. 23. All right. You kind of push him back up to neutral position. He's starting to grip the table. He's like, oh, come on, bear. All right, make another strength roll. So 1d20 plus 6.
Just bear with us. He is quite strong.
That was cocked.
God.
No, he's a minotaur, not a cock.
You got beef with me? This is unbearable.
20. Oh, shit. Okay, yeah, you start forcing his hand down now. He's starting to sweat. Roll one more time. See if you can beat him. Oh, shit. 1d20 plus 6. 8. No, he gets you back up to neutral position. This is getting pretty ridiculous. Roll another 1d20 plus 6. 14. You get him back down towards the table. Roll again. 1d20 plus 6.
This is the show that I paid for.
Trying to ignore your happiness right now. I need to beat this guy.
16. As you get him onto the table, he kind of shaking his hand. All right. You want to go again?
If I quit now, what do I get?
I paid for 3 rounds.
Yeah. Yeah, you would you would lose money if you quit now.
Going.
All right. Puts his elbow back on the table, clasps your hand.
It's good.
1d20 plus 6. Or one, yeah, for you.
Oh.
10. He rolled a 13. As he's kind of putting your hand back. You want to try and intimidate him?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll intimidation. 1d20 plus 3.
Intimidation. Let me find this real quick. Intimidation? Yes. Alright.
20. Yeah, his arm's starting to waver a little bit now, looking between you, Steel Trap, and Pika. Pika's just like, cheering you on. Yeah, so you get advantage on your next roll.
Here we go.
All right. So
An evil fear of a bow bear.
okay.
Alright. 20 plus, and now I have advantage, yes?
Yes.
Which is a plus 1d6.
No. That's you roll a d20 twice and take the higher number.
Oh.
Advantage
Twice.
advantage is when you roll it twice
it's
and then you see if you can score higher.
Okay.
Disadvantage is when you roll twice and score lower.
D20.
Oh yeah, no. You beat him. You get him right up to neutral position. All right. Make another strength check. 1d20 plus 6. Oh shit. 7.
Oh,
He
slipping.
It's okay. He rolled a 5. You start like wrenching his arm back. He's make another strength check. 1d20 plus 6. Oh fuck. 17. He rolled a 7.
Ooh.
As you get his arm to the table.
Boom.
Third time. You back out now. 100 gold.
I think I
Come on!
loosened them up as it is. Let's go again.
All right. Back up, hands up, back in neutral position. 1d20 plus 6.
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck.
My arms are gonna hurt for a
7.
while, aren't
You
they?
fucking Christ. He rolled a 10. You start getting his arm back down. He's gripping the table. His fingers are starting to splinter the wood. Do you want to? You can intimidate him right now if you want.
Oh yeah.
Roll intimidation.
I want to scar this guy.
Oh fuck. Son of
All
a
right.
bitch.
1d20 plus 3.
16. He rolled a 6. All right, you get you get advantage.
Ooh, he's gonna see me in his dream.
All right.
I'm haunting this guy.
Roll a 1d. Roll 2d20. Roll 2d20. Fuck. Maybe. 27. Oh no, that would be
Oh, that's
23.
yeah.
That'd be 23. Yeah, no. You get his hand to the table.
Boom.
Kind of just pinches the bridge of his nose and kind of waves his hand. The helper comes up. Bag of 250 gold. Just
Ooh. He's feeling bad.
you got some strong people in your
That
group.
was amazing.
He was rolling like dog shit, man. Fucking bullshit.
Hey, I need to win something. How
I
much
consider
gold
that a
do
fine investment.
You won 175. If Criella lets you keep the 75, then it'd be 250.
Okay, Criella.
Yo,
Is Coden keeping the 250?
Yep.
There you go.
Ooh, thank you, Criella. I owe you a drink.
All right. So he kind of nods at all
Oh
of you.
man, I don't remember the last time I hit the ad goal.
He kind of.
Well, technically you have 100, plus 100 right now, because at some point you would have been given a sapphire worth 100 gold.
Oh, because of
Steel Trap had 5 of them, so
yeah.
Oh,
1 for each player.
so I should add the 100.
If you want to sell it, you gonna sell it?
Is there use for sapphire? It's pretty and all, but I'm more into plants than rocks.
So yeah, just add another 100 gold.
But can I use it to do something freaky or
It's just
Depends on your spells.
Yeah,
spells?
some spells have.
So certain spells have different casting
Yeah.
casting requirements. Some of them consume, like a lot of the revival spells require like a diamond worth 10,000 gold or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
which is then consumed when the spell is cast.
Yep.
Jeez. All right, pretty colors and wiggly fingers is cool. Sparks, but I like gold.
Okay. So you can mark down 100 gold, add it on.
Same for you, Marina.
Beautiful.
wait, what? What did I get?
Yeah, 100 gold, because at some point you would have gotten a sapphire worth 100 gold from Steel Trap.
Oh, thanks.
That's the loot from the previous mission.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Back in
Thanks
the
a lot.
So,
Because Steel Trap got 4 keys. Or was it 5 keys?
4.
4 keys and the chest, along with heavy embers and the defense module.
Yeah.
He also got 5 sapphires, which he's shared evenly amongst the group.
Yep. So it would be Steel Trap, Coden, Criella, Mori, and Pika. Davis would have declined. He makes his own money. But he appreciates the offer though.
Look at I added a nice description.
But otherwise, the Minotaur looks at Davis, and Davis just kind of declines. He's like, "No. I'm fairly certain you'd beat me." And he's just like, well, "No shame in asking." But otherwise, he kind of nods to you all, and he kind of waves the line of people who were trying. Some of them actually stepped out of line after seeing you guys. And then some people actually tried joining the line as well after seeing that as the guy got beat twice, but guaranteed they're all gonna lose at this point. I mean,
I'm just kind of flexing at people lying a little bit.
you're intimidating. I mean, out of like 20 people that are in line, there's like 2 who even look like moderately the size of like you or Steel Trap. So I mean, they're
He's
not
making
gonna.
his back. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not gonna go that far. So, and as you guys walk away, you start hearing the familiar like, and the cheering coming from there as he starts winning again. Um, but you guys make your way towards the other game, the dexterity game, the tabaxi.
Aye.
All right, so you guys make your way through the thoroughfare, and you start hearing more cheers, and you start hearing like the sounds of like the sounds of exasperated effort of people just kind of, and then you hear like as people are getting like smacked or like hit, and you hear more cheering. As you make your way up, Code, and you guys see the familiar tabaxi, except for Steel Trap, you were sick, but you see the familiar form of the brown tabby tabaxi. Charles was his name. He's kind of, you see him like with another challenger who's kind of like, as he's just hitting them like left and right. They're not able to block him, and you hear the cheers, and you see them kind of walk away with their head down after just losing some gold. But he's looking up, and he kind of spots you, Code, and he kind of beckons you guys over. He's like, "Did you bring me more challenges?"
I don't like this guy.
Oh yeah, you lost to him.
Just the one.
Just the one. He kind of looks at Steel Trap. He's like, "You want to challenge me?"
I beat him twice, then lost everything.
That's the name of my game. You either walk away or you keep going.
I mean, if I beat
Then
you,
let's have at it.
All right, that'll be 175 gold from you, Metal Man.
Just gonna drop the coin sack on the ground and step forward.
All right, so you're gonna make a Dex or Insight, depending on
Is
what.
it a saving throw?
Yes. Well, you're either gonna make a Dex saving throw or you're gonna make an Insight check, because Insight is being able to read your opponent's body language to kind of determine what they're doing next.
Would I be able to apply danger sense to this? I have advantage on dex saving throws against effects that I can see while not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
All right.
So, let me switch dice here because this one was rolling like dog shit. Let's switch. I got a gray one here. So, yeah, he kind of gets in the middle of the kind of they kind of have a square sectioned off, and he kind of gets in the middle of it. He's like, he beckons you over. He's like, all right, rules of the game. You got to dodge my hit. If you can do it, you win. If you win, you can walk away with money. Or if you keep going and you lose it all. Does that sound fair?
Aye.
All right. Get ready.
Grumble.
And he's gonna make a swipe at you.
That's dexterity check. Jeez. It's just +2, isn't it? Hang on. I'm currently in the editor because I'm what else is dexterity saving.
+2.
It is just +2. Yeah, because I don't. It's Constitution that I'm proficient in. All right.
Yeah.
13.
13. He rolled a 8 + 3 is an 11. So, yeah, you beat him. As he comes in to swipe at you, you kind of grab his arm. I mean, you're not being rough with him, but you're firm. And he looks at you. He's like, "All right, shall we go again?"
How many times shall we go? No, how many times can I go?
2 more.
There I was thinking we were going to be here all day.
All right. So he kind of pulls his arm back after you let it go. He's like, "Ready?" And he makes another swing at you. Oh shit.
It'd be 18.
He rolled he rolled an 11 because it's 6 + 5. So yeah, he goes to swing at you again, kind of trying to come from your blind spot. You kind of just muscle memory, hand-eye coordination and muscle memory. You just grab his arm from below. He's like, "All right, I like this one. You want to walk away now, or you want to keep going?
I said I'm going to be here all day. You think you're going to walk away now?
All right.
Win or lose.
Don't say I didn't warn you. All right, make another check.
10.
10. As you as he goes to swing at you, you go to grab for it, and his arm usurps yours, and he grabs at your like underneath your bicep, and he's like, "Hey, I like your vigor though. You got grit. I'll be nice." He gives you 100 gold back.
Still Trek refuses.
You sure? All right. Good. And he kind of puts his hand out for you. He's like, I appreciated it. It was a good fight, or it was a good match, quote unquote.
If only we could do it again. And he shakes his hand.
All right. Oh, it'll have to be till next festival. Sorry, one chance per customer. So, but I'll be looking forward to seeing you.
I don't like this guy.
Why?
Because he's smug.
Because he lost to him.
And you can beat him 1,000
I'm
times.
gonna
Beat
jump
you
up on
once.
the stage or whatever it is.
I mean, he pays out high, dude. He pays out like 400 gold. But I mean, it's you're kind of gambling at that point. So.
This sounds like a job for me.
But I mean, otherwise, all that would be left would be drinking game, gambling, and any archery. But I mean, you guys pretty much were good with archery.
I'm gonna challenge the dexterity.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna go for the dexterity thingy.
Oh, you want to go for it? So
Yes.
as Steel Trap walks off, you walk up. So you want to try?
Don't forget, you can also do insight. It doesn't have to be dex, depending on which is your.
Dex is way better than mates.
Fair enough.
I got a +6 on saving throws.
Okay. All right. So
So how much would that be?
175.
All right.
All right. So he leads you to the square, and he kind of takes a fighting stance. He's like, "All right, you heard the rules from before. I don't need to repeat myself."
Very well.
All right. So
That's
make a dexterity saving throw. That is. Oh shit.
19.
Okay. Yeah. No. He rolled a 10. So he goes to grab at you, and you're just looking him dead in the eye, and you grab at his arm. You see the smile start to pull across his face. All right.
And I get more angry.
You wanna leave, or you wanna go again?
I'm going again.
All right. So he pulls his arm back. He kind of gets in his stance again, and he throws another hit your way. That is. He rolled a 13. So you go to grab him again, or he goes to hit you again, and this time you grab him by the leg, and stop it. He's just like, all right, got another one fire here. You think you can go for 3 for 3?
Much higher? Yep.
All right. Ooh, he rolled a 19. As he goes to swipe at you, his leg comes up, and he manages to lightly, but firmly, kind of hit you in the hip, kind of make you stumble back a little bit. Sorry.
Fair enough.
But
No.
hey, you're
Good
welcome.
match.
Welcome to.
Bad match.
He
Beat 'em
shakes
up.
your hand. Come back next year. Try
I
again. All right. So yeah, you guys leave. Davis was good. I mean, no, Davis did challenge him, and I think lost. But otherwise, I mean, you guys were pretty much good. So, I mean, you can only challenge him once. Was there anything else?
Yeah, no, that's done. Onto whatever we have left.
I mean, all that would be left would be waiting till nightfall until the more family crowd leaves, and then you guys got the drinking and gambling. If you guys wanted to do the drinking and gambling game. or the drinking contest, drinking contest, and gambling games. So yeah, you guys kind of just
How
sample.
much gold was it again?
Uh,
The
the
I didn't get a chance to edit the currency that I lost.
175 for the reflex. Game.
175. Okay.
Yeah. So you guys pretty much just enjoy the rest of the fair, or the festival. You know, you sample some food, kind of look around. I mean, still a family crowd. There's a few things going on. You watch some of the people try at archery as Ava's just sitting around, kind of drinking, doing a little bit of day drinking, and just like watching people fail. She hasn't been handing out too many prizes, but she sees you guys and she's just like, she's giving you the weary eye, like, please don't. You guys cleaned me out last time, kind of. I mean, she has more, but you know, she's like, guys, please. She's giving you that look. Davis kind of waves at her. She gives him a knowing nod after they talked the other day. But otherwise, family crowd starts filtering out. Like teenagers still, 16 and up, kind of sticking around. As more of the adult crowd stays. See some of the bars starting to open up and lights turn on as some drinking games start happening. But one of the main ones that you guys at least know about was the one that Roland was hosting at the Predator's Den. As you guys walk by, the doors are wide open, and you see him kind of at the bar, and you guys filter in, and sitting next to him behind the bar, you see a familiar blue candle, and he's kind of just like, he's in a good mood. He's just like, all right, you guys here for the drinking contest?
I mean,
Any of y'all are welcome to participate. Kind of motions. Maury's there.
I'd love to, but certain disadvantages might be had for the opposing parties.
All right. But the rest of you kind of looks towards Coda and Criella, Davis, Pika.
certainly here to watch, but not much of a drinker myself.
I can't drink my. I mean, I'll have a contest.
You want to be in the contest, Coden? You're
no.
pretty.
Steel Trap would love to, but
Yeah, Metal Man. Coden and Maury are probably some of the best. Criella's running middle, and Davis is participating, but he's
How
like,
is Maury some of the best for drinking?
she's pretty hardy. And at the bar you see her and Rianne, as well as Isaac and Sarah, Davis's other siblings, as they're kind of sitting there chilling, and they kind of wave at you guys. They're here to either watch or participate in the drinking contest.
Is Davis drinking?
Yeah, Davis will drink. You want to drink him under the table or attempt to?
Attempt to. I'm gonna destroy this guy.
All right.
Mean attempt.
So you guys want to? Okay, so to participate, the drinking game is 100 gold.
Okay.
Huh?
Nothing. Just continue.
It's 100 gold to enter. Pretty much you get drunk past the amount of drinks equal to 2 times your Constitution modifier. Both you and Maury Coden have a +3, so that means after 6 of these, like, this isn't the light beer earlier. This is like actual like good beer. After 6 of these is when you guys have to start making Constitution saving throws, or throw up. Davis can only do 2. Criella has to do 4, and Pika is 4 as well. But Davis is the lightest weight out of all of you guys. So,
All right.
who wants to participate?
Why
I
not?
gotta stay sober for later.
I mean,
Later.
between, as you say that, Maury kind of waves her hand. She's like, I got I have lesser restoration. I can cure anyone from their inebriation if they want. She seems a little
What?
gun. Yeah, she can. She can like touch you, and then you feel better.
That's either the best thing ever or the most disappointing thing
I mean that means you can keep drinking.
ever. Okay.
I mean,
You
not
know,
during the contest, mind you. This is after. If you don't want to be
I think
sick.
it's sneak it.
No,
Right?
no, it's against even.
Just secretly cast lesser restoration on myself. The cleric just goes forever.
um. But yeah, who wants to participate? Maury's participating. Davis will. Pika will. Coden, you want to
Sure.
go?
Yeah.
Kriella,
Let's
you want to
get it.
go?
Yes.
It's like this water beer. It's great at first, but
All right. So
ready for some good stuff. What does this town have to offer?
as you see inside the bar portion of the Predator's Den, a lot of the tables where people would sit and eat have been kind of moved to the side, and they have a lot of they have like a few of the longer tables kind of set up in a line. And he's Roland's just like, all right, rules are clear. We're gonna do 2 beers in increment. First one to throw up. If you well, no, I shouldn't say first one, but if you throw up, you are out, and you have to clean up your mess. I'm not doing it for you. I'm paying the gold. That's it. So yeah, take your seats, and we'll begin here shortly. So
Shortly? Can I run to the restroom?
okay, yeah,
I'm gonna be drinking a lot.
yeah. Davis will join you. So
Okay. And out of character, real. I do need the
yeah,
restroom.
we'll take a
We both.
we'll take the intermission while while we do this. So
We good? All right.
General.
God, that pig lady shows up here. I don't know what I'm gonna do when we drunk.
I don't know, man. She thick. She was looking at you. She was just like she's thick in the good way. Like you know, like
She doesn't have tusks though, does she?
no. No.
I'm not a tusks kind of bear.
No. She's very plain bore of female face, but she's
Hmm.
a little bit more rowdier. But I don't know. She might be in the crowd watching you drink. Who knows? I mean, they would have closed up shop by now, and everybody would be kind of participating in the drinking or the gambling.
I'm not sure if she feel threatened or flattered. Maybe both.
Hey, man. She got a good strength saving throw, let me tell you. She got good constitution, too, my man.
Oh my.
So, yeah. You guys take a seat at the table, you all kind of line in. Maury comes around. She kind of, gives you all a friendly nudge, and then she sits next to Davis, as she does. And you see Roland and Ava and all them, as Ava's kind of shut down the archery. They're all getting the beer ready, and Roland kind of gets up and he's like, "All right, quiet down, everybody. Quiet." I mean, people are still talking, but he's like, "All right, we're about to begin the drinking contest. First one, or if you throw up, you clean up your mess and you're out. Entrance is 100 gold. If you have not paid it to me now, or Ava, before we begin." And a few people kind of scramble up and they kind of pay off between Ava and Dave, not Davis, Roland, and then they kind of scramble and take a seat at the table. And he's like, "All right, we're gonna do 2 beers at a time. If everybody's ready." And everybody kind of quiets down a bit, but it's people are still rowdy and they're cheering people. Coden, you see the Eberdon woman kind of leaning on the bar. She's looking at you. And because she found where she had to check out where the Predator's Den was if she's mailing you potions. But yeah, I mean, she's totally not looking for you. But they start passing out the beers 2 at a time. I mean, easily all of you guys just, even Davis is just like, "Oh, this ain't too bad." And then they come around with a second round. Davis actually needs to make a Constitution saving throw. Yeah. Which he passes. So he rolled a 19 plus 3 because he's actually proficient in Constitution saving throws. So he has a plus 3, just like you, just like Coden and Maury. So he passes.
Makes me mad.
So he passes his 4 beer mark. They come and they come around. They come around with another round. Coden and Maury just putting them back. I mean, you guys, like, Maury's kind of like giving you the side eye, and she's kind of like grinning, but it's that friendly like, "Yeah, we got this." Criella and Davis need to make Constitution saving throws.
Right.
So you're +2, Criella. Davis has a +3. That's cocked. That's cocked. There we go. What is that? +3. What did you roll?
4.
4. Criella, you go to take you down the first one kind of, or the fifth beer kind of, but that 6th one, as soon as it touches your lips and you start drinking it, you can't, and you lean over to the side and you throw up and you're just like, Roland's just like, "All right, Criella," and he kind of tosses you
I cast Mage Hand and clean it up with that.
Davis kind of leans down and he helps you with prestidigitation to help you clean. And he kind of pats you on the back, and he passed. So you're out. That's at 4. He got his 2. All right, now we're getting at beers 7 and 8. I need Coden, Davis, and Maury are gonna have to make Constitution saving throws. So Davis is gonna go first, which that is he rolled 18, so he passes. Coden, what did you have a +3 as well?
A 14.
You got a 14. Yeah, you pass. So
Oh.
Coden, he downs the next two. Maury has a +3. She passes. She rolled a 20 total. So right now it's looking at Davis, Coden, Maury, and 3 of the other people that are at the table with y'all. Pika's still going. She's ready for more.
Pika's just indestructible.
She pre-rolled because she's not here, but she rolled pretty damn good up until a certain point. So, yeah. So make another Constitution saving throw for beers 9 and 10.
Man, I don't know if I can drink this much. Like, physically hold this much liquid.
Okay. Davis passes.
+3.
Maury fucking passes.
I just down it.
22. Yeah.
Just down it like a beast. I don't care. I'm too drunk to care.
All right. So everybody's at 10 beers in. You watch as one of the other 3 random guys kind of starts sniffing the 9th one, and he just unloads on the floor.
Oh,
Roland tosses him a towel. You're out. Clean up. So that guy's done.
Put my arm around Davis. Pull him away from Maury for a second. Kind of like mess up his hair. I'm like, hey, I'm proud of you.
He's like,
drink.
this is, I mean, oh, fuck. He's kind of like leaning on you too. He's like, we got this. Let's go. They're doing money. All right. So they're coming around with beers 11 and 12. Coden, Davis, Maury need to make another Constitution saving throw. And this is... Okay, so this is up to number 12. That's cocked. I need to get a new dice tray, because this one, it keeps landing on the middle fucking thing. Okay, Davis passes.
Oh, Davis, don't beat me now.
What about Maury?
Ooh.
Fucking Maury passes. She rolled a 15, that's an 18 total.
Oh yeah, Maury. Beat 19.
19. Oh yeah, you pass as well. So everybody's kind of, you guys are going good. Pika finally throws up though. She's a small bird, so I mean, so she's out.
Lots of bird seed everywhere.
She's like 20% bird and 80% beer at the moment.
And one of the other guys at the table kind of like wobbles and he throws up onto the table itself, and it smells pretty bad, but he's far enough away that you don't. I mean, it's you, Coden, you smell it definitely, but like people are quick to go over and kind of mop it up and press the digitation like the table, but the guy, they pull the guy, they drag him off and kind of take him to the side. So now they're doing beers 13 and 14. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
It's between what and what? Wait, what?
It's between, right now it is you, Davis, Maury, and a third person.
Yeah.
And another person.
Who's the
So
third guy?
Fucking, that's cocked.
Alright, ignoring the smell of that other dude's mess, I'm gonna go for it.
12. This is for 13 and 14. That the other random guy, he just refuses, and he kind of stumbles and he walks off past the table a bit, and he throws up on the floor, and everybody's just like, oh. They press the digitation, mop it up, whatever. You 3, Davis just kind of like, he's just like, I can't, and he kind of like, he leans back and he throws up on the floor, and he quickly presses digitations. Maury, she's like, I can't press it. She throws up. He presses digitations, that too. Coden, you fucking throw up too.
God damn it! I couldn't take the smell of that. Everyone throwing up. It's awful. I can smell this shit. I don't know.
I can't believe you guys fucking. I can't have. Okay. Because you guys kind of did it at the same time. You're gonna do one more beer, and Davis is like whatever. Maury's just like, give me a minute. You want to go again, Coden? It'll be one. It'll be down to one more, one or two more. It'll be single beers this time. You ready?
Kind of wobbling, not knowing exactly what's happening, but I know there's another beer in my face. So here we go.
All right. So roll a Constitution saving throw. Oh shit! Come on.
There we go.
So, as you guys
Clear tank, get it.
Davis is halfway through his beer. He fucking throws it back up into the glass. He's just like, I can't. And he goes kind of like, he puts his head on the table. Maury and you are fucking just like, all right.
The head here. He's defeated.
Maury kind of looks over at Davis and she starts petting his head. She's like, it's fine, dear. I got this. And she looks at you. She's like, one more. Come on. Roll.
Into you, dear. I don't know.
She kind of pets you too. She's like, we can do this. Come on. Best of us. And then Roland comes in with another beer. So it's just down to you and Maury. Fuck Maury.
Let's get it.
23. You both down it. So you both are at 16. Yeah, you both are at 16 now.
Beers. Oh.
Yeah, so
Man,
that's 2, 4,
I'm not
6, 8,
gonna remember.
10, 12, 14. No, 14. You guys are at 14 beers. You guys are at 14 beers.
14.
Yeah, so Davis is out. I'm surprised he lasted as long as he did. Fuck, dude. I'm proud of him.
These are beers of holding. The
I'm
amount
a-
of things that you put inside you.
Beer of holding? About bear of holding? Ah. I'm
God.
drunk.
All right. So it's. Hang on a minute. Let me make sure you guys are on par with each other. Yeah. Okay.
It's an
So
unbearable pun.
they bring over another single beer for each of you. Roll another dexterity, Constitution saving throw.
You absolutely certainly you haven't drunk too many beer.
Oh, come on, Steel Trap. I'm barely getting started.
Roll again.
Oh, that's a lot. Wait a second. I messed it up.
Yeah, 1d20 plus 3.
Dang it, I messed it up. No.
You both. Well, the 14 would have still. You both throw up again, and they're like, we can't. One of you has to pass a drink. So you guys, they give you like a minute to kind of. All right, roll again. 1d20 plus 3. Damn, Maury. Okay.
Maury, what the fuck?
22. You both fucking pound another beer back. Go again.
Stop us before we die.
She rolled another natural. She rolled a fucking natural 20.
When do we start taking death saving throws?
As soon as you go unconscious. What did she roll? Oh, okay. So she passed that. She fucking Jesus Christ.
There's a little bit of fear in my eyes looking at this.
Maury downs another beer, puts it down. She's like looking at you expectantly. Did you roll another 19? Did you just roll that?
I didn't just roll it, but yeah, okay. Looking at this beer. Here we go.
21. You both fucking down another 2 beers. Fucking Christ, dude. At this point, Roland's like looking between the two of you, and he's just like in disbelief, but he's kind of like.
The beers are getting smaller, but the alcohol content's going up to compensate.
So he's gonna pass you.
So that your stomachs don't explode.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna give you another beer.
Giving us shots to get us to leave.
And he's gonna ask you, and so roll another Constitution. Okay.
Just throw in some wine so
20.
you mix grain and grape at the same time.
Coden, you down that last beer and you put it down, and you watch as Maury's just like, and she kind of pushes herself off of Davis's back and like leans over and like pukes behind him.
Yeah.
And she like taps him, and he kind of like leans back and prestidigitations. It clean, but Roland's just like, we have a winner, and he comes over and he kind of takes your arm and he lifts it up, and he's like, he looks between like Maury and Davis, and he's just like, you guys
Game
did
was
good.
rigged. They're both bears.
So he's just like, so he goes back and he comes back with 3 satchels of gold. He puts one for 400 at in your hands, Coden. He in Maury's hands, he gives her 350, and Davis gets 250. So
God damn. It was a chest bump. This other Ursine guy, kind of
he
drunk doing what I do.
he gives you a pat on the back. He's like, oh, let me. He kind of looks at Maury. He's like, that one can drink. Let me. I was really surprised when it came down to you two, but I'm glad someone finally couldn't handle it anymore. I was starting to go into my private stock just to try and get you guys to go through. I'm sorry about that. And he waves a cleric over, and like they kind of put their hand on you and they mutter something, and you. Well, do you want the lesser restoration to kind of clear you up?
Take down half so I don't feel destroyed.
They kind of.
I'm still feeling good. I don't want you to take it all away.
I mean.
Are you still feeling good on the
Just so I can speak.
I mean,
good.
he's like, well, I can't do that, but just take it down, and we can share a drink, you and me. I'll give you some of my private stock. You've definitely earned it. That's the most I've seen someone drink. To be fair, I'll give you something. So, do you want that?
Okay, as long as I keep enjoying this night.
Yeah. So the cleric kind of goes between like all of you. Just lesser restorations, like the hangover and the sickness away, and like Davis kind of he kind of looks up and he sees the money both in front of him, and then he looks and sees the bigger bag in front of Maury, and then the biggest bag in front of you, and he's just like, he goes a little wide-eyed. He's just like, damn. All right.
No, as he's looking at me, he sees a giant bag of gold, and then he
Davis puts out his hand. He's like, that was a good match, my friend.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed.
He gives you a good shake on the hand. He's like, we should drink more sometime. That was fun. I really appreciated that. And
Still,
like,
Chad just sort of sobbing in the background. No, he's not.
Maury just like, kisses his head, and then she like she pulls you in, she kisses your head. This
was all very strange.
But otherwise, yeah, you guys won. There's gambling going on. You see Isaac, Rianne, and Sarah kind of come up and greet you guys, and Davis's siblings are kind of hanging with y'all now, while you guys kind of chill or go to some of the other tables as they're deconstructing the drinking contest table, and then they're starting to set. You see like people starting to set up like card games and dice games, and some of the gambling's really starting to go on in here now. If you guys wanted to participate in that.
Let's find some brave souls willing to risk a fortune.
Yeah, okay. I'm ready to watch Maury and sip a drink. Am I gonna go drinking with Bear, dude?
He gives you a decent sized bottle of whiskey, and he's like, don't worry, it's on the house. You've won you've pretty much got his respect because of the fact of how much you were drinking. Guy. He was proud. It was like watching, a brother from, one of his, you know what I'm saying? Like,
your brother from another mother.
Yeah, exactly. Brother from another mother. He was proud. He was like, and he looks at Maury and he was like, but she refuses anymore. She's already thrown up. But everybody's kind of hanging out now. You can see, there's a card game going on. Unfortunately, I cannot do the card game as much as because that requires people to keep dice rolls hidden, which is something you guys cannot do because we're doing it through the dice rolling thing, and people would see, and it would be a lot easier to kind of cheat you guys. That is
And
something
I
we could
don't
do.
have any dice.
If you guys get dice at a later date, I mean, we can definitely
Mm.
do the game. I would be more than happy to run that.
There's probably an online generator for as long as we use the same one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. I mean, if that's something you guys want to try, is that something you guys would want to
I mean,
try?
I'm not going to be competing in this, but
But there's other things besides the card game. There's two dice games, and then there's as you see in the back corner of the tavern, kind of Ava's kind of watching. She's supervising this. They have lizard racing, and there's people betting on the lizards as they kind of you watch these lizards as they kind of just and they kind of make their way across this long table to see who crosses first.
Does this make the lizard people uncomfortable?
No. I mean, it's like how there's owl bears, but you're a bear. I mean,
But it's an owl.
but it's also a bear.
In the same way that the Minotaur didn't cringe when you were eating steak on a stick.
Yeah.
He should have. He should fear me. Just saying.
There's just there is an entirely different like bit between conscious and.
Yeah, like even David.
There's also the whole bit of it's fantasy, and if you start questioning it like a lot, then of course there are going to be plot holes. But
Yeah. Like
I mean, it's
like,
kind of
where does the
this
puke from
biological-
prestidigitation go?
yeah.
Like, just some poor peasant in another town suddenly just open up his door and he's just drenched in beer-soaked vomit. Or is it in the elemental plane of air or something, and then the
just
Lord of the
now.
Winds just suddenly gets a face full of...
Yeah.
Or are you actually, like, destroying matter by casting it into the void? Don't worry.
I like
Exactly.
Don't think too much on it.
Like micro combusted into a dust.
Otherwise you end
Like
up with
carbon dust.
J.K. Rowling syndrome,
Yep.
where you explain things that really didn't need explaining.
Oh my god.
Are there toilets in the wizard world? No, there aren't. They just wizard it away. Like, yes, that's exactly what I wanted to know. Wizards just sit there and shit themselves.
Kind of what we're doing here, right?
What's that?
That's kind of what we're doing here, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Oh my god.
But
So
yeah,
if I
I found a online dice rolling thingy, so we could do the card game.
It's up to you guys.
I would certainly do because card games is what I'm good at.
The card game is no, that's not it. Hang on a second. No. There we go. So each it's the when it came to gambling games, I found gladiator dice, which is one of them, and then some of them were overly complicated and used like older rules, and I did not have the time to kind of match them up to newer ones. But the other ones were the ones from Critical Role, which is Gambit of Ord, which is the card game. Avandra's Favor, which is you just roll 2d6, and if they pop up to a 7 or 12, the player wins. Or you can double the bet to add 1d6 to the total. Or the Lizard Races, which is just you bet on a lizard. So you guys wanted to do the card game?
Right.
Oh
I would
god.
do that.
You want to do so you want to do the card game. Coden, Steel Trap, what do you guys want to do? Pika ran off and she's betting on lizards right now.
I wanna. Well, I'm happy with my winnings.
You're happy with your winnings? Okay.
I'm happy with my winnings. I'm just gonna keep talking to this bear dude and probably flirting with other people.
Okay. So,
There's one particular person that watches that you're flirting with people, and
Oh no.
she takes a chance.
yeah. She comes up.
I'm not sure how to feel about this considering the drink.
You're being zerned. You're being hunted.
Oh,
Like you feel your blood up and your fur rises. You know that someone's on the hunt.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell. The primal instinct.
I mean, she's.
Oh, man.
I mean, she's actually. I mean, she's pretty. I mean, she's thick, but
oh.
she. I mean, but she is an Eberdon, so she is of
Let me
the
see
boar
Eber-
persuasion.
You're gonna.
Eberdol.
Those don't. No, those don't exist. I can show you what a male looks like.
It came up with shoes.
Let me show you what a male looks.
It's just gonna be a picture of Inosuke.
Oh.
Totally.
Yeah, nothing gets me more riled up than that.
Let me find. What is it? Mention comments.
Show me a female.
Well, I only have a male right now. That's what This is what a male would look like. Copy.
Did you make this up, or what is it?
It's based on no. I mean, I made up the race, and there's 2 sub races. So there's like the Razorbacks, which is what she is, and then there's more of like a sanctimonious like holy pig, that they're derived from. Those are more rare, but this is what an Eberdon male looks like. That's what a male Eberdon looks like with the tusks. The females would not have them, and they would have a little bit more softer features, but she's still like.
Bearded.
Where?
Yeah, she's like there's that one Olympic sport where you kind of dirty bulk, where you kind of you're muscular, but you know you kind of put some fat on, and then you swing the ball on the end of the chain, and then you throw it. That's kind of like that's the best I can describe her body type, but she's looking at you.
Oh, what, hammer toss?
Yes, hammer toss. That's the one where you have to be heavier than the centrifugal force that you are creating and like tossing it. That's the sport.
Yep.
So,
Um,
but that's what a male looks like.
where?
Safe for work art.
Oh, okay. I checked 5 chats. I couldn't find it. Okay.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
male.
not a tusk, so I'm assuming she doesn't.
She doesn't have them.
Okay, good. Well, I'm just gonna keep having fun. We'll see what happens.
Okay, so she'll come over and chat you up a little bit.
Ooh.
She actually smells nice, despite being an alchemist. I mean, she
Despite being an alchemist, what does an alchemist smell like?
like potions.
I can smell this shit. Don't fool with me.
Sulfur.
Alchemist's fire.
Yeah.
Singed fur.
Yeah. No, she's pretty good. She doesn't catch herself on fire. She's
Okay.
she's actually. I mean, for her to create healing potions +1, she's pretty smart. But yeah, she'll chat you up. Criella, you wanted to do the dice, the card game.
Yes.
All right, let me. So it's gonna be you and 3 others. The rules for this is you're gonna roll a d8. Well, if you're the only one participating, then you can just roll in the dice rolling channel.
I didn't catch that because you could.
If you're the only one rolling, you can just roll in the dice channel at that point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Go fish.
So I'll do purple, I'll do red, and I'll do metal, and then, okay. And then I'm gonna need the 6s from these, as well as the D4s. And I need the metallic. Okay. So minimum buy-in is 50. But people kind of match. So because you're the only one participating, everybody will match, and then you win the pot. You get to participate 3 times in this.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Is there a maximum?
maximum would be 1,500. Minimum of 50.
My.
I start with 800.
800. Okay, so we'll do the 800 pot. So they're all gonna they're gonna see you
I'm
kind of.
wearing my new gloves, so I get advantage on checks with gaming sets.
Yes. So, but for this one, you only get advantage. There's 3 roles you can take.
Mm-hmm.
So so let me read you the rules first so that you can understand what's going on. Each card player rolls a 1d8, keeping the dice hidden. Each player has the chance to raise the bet, call the bet, or fold. It continues when all bets are equal. Then the player rolls a 1d6, keeping it hidden as well. Final chance to raise, call, or fold. Each remaining player rolls a 1d4, and then they reveal all three, adding them together. Winner takes 80% of the pot. The other 20% will go to Roland, and ties will split the 80%. Sleight of hand can... so sleight of hand can give a reroll, and deception can force a fold. So... your sleight of hand you'd have to beat, but because you're wearing the gloves, so you can pick
Like
advantage
an
for one.
advantage too.
For one.
Oh, I get pick.
You can
pick one. Okay.
Yeah. So with the gloves it would be just you get one.
Well, on the gloves it says it has advantage when making a dex check to steal an item. So
Yeah, well that's stealing.
I don't know if that counts.
Mm-mm.
Does it count as stealing an item?
No. Sleight of hand
So,
would be more
I
so
don't-
like
Yeah.
fucking with cards.
So I can't get advantage on
Yeah.
sleight of hand with the gloves.
But the
Only on checks with gaming sets.
Yes, but because of this game has 3 rolls to it,
Yeah.
I'm only allowing 1 per game. So you
Alright.
can re-roll the D8, the D6, or the D4. The DC
Alright, fair enough.
the DC on the sleight of hand to re-roll additional, or the deception to fold, is 15. Is what you would have to beat.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so everybody kind of chips in the 800 gold just like you. And they're going to make their first rolls with the D8s.
How many D8s? 2.
You get... Yeah, you can...
Oh, wait.
Do you want to roll with advantage on the first one?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, you're using up your gloves. Okay,
Yep.
so 8. So mark that down. So let me So let me mark down what you got. So you got an 8. And okay, so that's the D8s out of the way. Do you want to try and force someone to fold?
Actually, yes.
Okay, so make a deception check as you kind of force people to
20.
20. Oh shit. Okay. Red and metal will fold. Purple rolled a natural 20. So these guys are out. And so now it is down to you and purple.
Right.
Roll your d6.
6.
6. Okay. You can either raise or let's see. Final chance to raise, call, or fold. Each remaining player rolls a d6, and then a d4, and then they reveal the 1d8, and then add them all together.
I raise by 50.
By 50 gold.
Yep.
Okay, so the other person will raise as well, and I mean, then you can roll your d4 and see what happens. One.
Can
Okay.
Can I still use the sleight of hand? Or is that
You'd have to
only
make
once per game?
once per game. You'd have to. Well, okay. The sleight of hand and the deception. You can do the sleight of hand once, and your gloves give you a chance to do it once. So you get technically 2
Okay.
chances at advantage. One is a give me because of the gloves, and then the other one you'd have to make a sleight of hand check to try and re-roll
Okay.
it. So
Can I do that?
yes, make a 1d20 plus your sleight of hand. 26?
26.
Oh yeah, no. Re-roll it. Re-roll your d4. 2.
2.
As you guys put your cards down, you win.
Yes.
So that's... Oh god,
Oof.
I gotta do math. Fucking... Jesus Christ. That's gonna be... times 0.8. You win. Holy shit. 2,640 gold.
What the?
That's
Oh.
because the other guys folded.
But I lose 850.
Yeah, so minus 850 plus 2640.
Right.
Okay. So let me erase this. Do you want to keep playing?
Yes.
All right. The DC for the sleight of hand is going up to 17 now. As they're more like looking at you. So you're gonna roll your D8 again. What's the pot? Actually, what are you betting?
800 again.
800 again.
850 this time to start.
850. Okay, so they all put in 850.
Right.
Roll your D8.
Oh.
1.
Yep.
Do you want to? Well, you get to use the gloves and the sleight of hand and all that per game.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to re-roll that?
And the deception too, right?
No, well, the deception's once per game too.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a new game.
Uh.
Do you want to re-roll that?
Try and sleight of hand that.
You get advantage with that with your gloves, once per game. So do you want to do sleight of hand or do you want to?
Sleight of hand for this one because it's terrible.
You can just.
I can roll that, right? Because.
No.
What?
With the gloves that you have,
Right.
you can just get one free advantage.
Oh, I get one free advantage overall. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Any other time you want to re-roll, you have to sleight of hand it.
Let's ignore the last one and roll 1d8.
Mm-hmm. 1. Ooh.
Fuck.
Okay. Do you want to try and deceive people?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Roll deception. Well, sleight of hand is only DC 17. Deception, 7. 2 people drop out. Purple stays behind. So,
Again.
Yeah. So
Right.
they rolled lower than your deception. So, but purple rolled higher. So he's gonna kind of look. So roll your D6
Can I raise?
if you want to. Yeah.
50.
50. So 900.
56, right?
Yeah. D6. 2. Okay. And then, do you want to raise, call, fold, or do you want to keep going?
I want to keep going.
Okay, so roll your d4. 2. That is, so you got a 5. He got a 7. So he takes 80% of the pot, and the rest goes to Roland.
I lose 900.
Yep. So.
And I get 20%, right?
No, the 20%. No, he gets 80%.
Oh, wait, right.
20.
He gets 80. The 20 go to Okay.
The Predators then. So Roland. That's why Roland's making money off of this.
Yeah, I got you.
So, you get one more try at this game before they kick you out of the table. You want to go again?
Yes.
What's the pot?
Again, 850.
1,000.
850.
Okay.
You know what? Davis is gonna join in. Oh wait, no, that's too much actually. That's out of his league. You're a high roller. Wait, D4? You're rolling a D8.
That's from last game.
Oh, okay, yeah. So 850, right? Is the pot?
Yep, 850.
Okay, so roll your D8.
I did.
6. 1. All right. Roll your. Do you want to try and make them fold?
Yes.
Okay, so roll deception. 17.
17.
They all fold. So yeah, they all rolled like 3s and 5s. Fucking bullshit. So yeah, you so 850 times 4 times 0.8. So you get 2,720. Yeah, fuck, man.
Great game, my friends. Great.
They kind of look at you.
And I just scooted all like into the bag.
Do you guys want to go bet on lizards? Or
Oh shit, I'm so fucking rich.
what's that?
I'm so fucking rich.
This is disgusting. I shouldn't have fucking did this. This is a bad idea. Did you guys want to go gladiator dice or betting on lizards or anything? Coden, steel trap.
Gladiator dice.
What's gladiator dice?
Gladiator dice is you roll a d6, the house rolls a d6, and then whoever has the higher dice wins. However, there's a third dice that comes in, and whoever that dice rolls, so like say for example, steel trap rolls a 3, the house rolls a 6. If the third dice rolls a 3, steel trap automatically wins.
No, steel trap's not good. Doesn't stand with gambling because he can't control it.
Right. Coden, Kriella, do you want to do
I'll
that?
go for the dice.
The dice, and then what about the lizard betting?
I think I pass on.
You want to pass on that, Coden?
Hmm?
Do you want to?
Davis gotta get my attention. I'm distracted.
Davis is like kind of. Coden, do you want to bet on the lizards with Pika and me?
Lizards?
Yeah, they're doing lizard racing. It's it's kind of funny actually. Some of the lizards are actually kind of cute.
I mean, I'll take a look at him. I'm not gonna bet though. I'm happy with. You can tell he's a little drunk now.
All
He's
right.
really giggly.
But okay, so you're gonna go over with the lizards. Kriella, you want to do gladiator dice?
Yes.
Okay. Let me get the house die and the it's called the cheat die. So basic rules of this, as I said, you will roll a d6. I will roll a d6, and then I roll a third d6. And if the way this works is, if you bet, and the limit on this is 1,000. If you beat the other dice, but the middle dice doesn't come up for you, that's a single success. You get half back so you get like what you bet plus a half. If you beat the other person, if you beat the house dice and the middle dice rolls in your favor, so like if you roll a 6, the house dice rolls a 5, and then the other dice rolls a 6, that's considered a double success. You win twice back what you get.
Okay.
And there's no deception in this. It is straight rolls.
Just straight rolls.
So
Okay.
roll a d6. Oh, what's the pot?
Oh,
Limit's 1,000.
800.
800. Jesus. All right. Roll your d6. 1. Okay. Nope. You lost. As they kind of take the money. So that's 1 down. What do you want to bet? Do you want to continue?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait.
What do you? Oh my God!
Um,
Stop. Stupid memes.
400.
400. Okay.
Whoa, this is exploding that bad.
Okay. Wait. Okay. So you bet. So you rolled a 4. House rolled a 5. The dice, the third dice rolled a 4. So you get back what you bet plus a half. So
Oh,
you
Plus 200.
Yeah. So.
I know, plus 600 because I bet before.
Well, I mean, if you don't, yeah. So you
I already subscribed.
So do you want to bet one more time? It'd be your third time.
Yes.
Okay. What are you betting?
850.
Okay. Roll your dice. Hang on a minute. 3. House rolled a 5. And cheat dice rolled, or the third dice rolled a 2. You lost 850. So.
I lost a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was it. So that's your third game of that. So all that would be left would be the lizards, if you wanted to do so.
Yeah, actually, yes, I wanted to.
Okay, so you meet up with Coden and Davis as they're kind of, and Pika's kind of still sitting there. She's like cheering on the lizards. So you and Coden, you're as Davis pulled you over, you're just looking at as these 4 different brightly colored lizards are like taken, put at the edge of the table, and then there's food kind of wafted in front of them, and then the person walks to the other end of the table, and you see these 4 guys just holding these lizards as they're kind of like moving their legs, and they're taking bets from everybody. Davis is gonna bet on. He's gonna bet on the blue one for 100 gold. So, blue, white, red, and purple. Did you want to bet on any of the lizards, Kriella?
150 on blue.
Okay. All right. So, everybody collect the bets. With this one is the lizard with the highest total wins. Those who bet on it double their bet as winnings. Second place gets half their bet back. So if blue wins, you get double. If it loses, you get half your winnings back. So let's see. Ooh. So as blue starts, purple's the first out of the gate. Same with red and white. But we'll see what happens. Blue starts picking up the pace. White starts lagging behind. Red is still trying to keep up.
Can
and
I
so
inspire
is
my lizard?
Uh,
I probably can't because
no, it's
gonna understand me right now.
yeah, it's
No,
gonna understand you. So let's
that
see what
doesn't
happens.
say so, but still, it's probably.
Blue, purple, red, and white. So that is 8, 7, 8, and 8. Wait, what? That's shit. So it was a tie. Hang on. I guess I'll have to roll one more time.
Now make them fight.
Blue got. White got. Red got. And purple got. So that's 11, 10, 9, 10. Blue wins. So Davis is. And you are plus 150.
On top of the what I bet, right? So
Well, you double so whatever you bet, you just make what you bet back. So if you bet
Okay.
150, you gain 300. So you lose 150, gain 300.
yeah,
Davis is gonna bet on white. He's gonna bet 100. What are you betting? If you want to continue.
No, I don't want to continue.
You don't want to continue?
Nope. Not.
Davis will back out. He'll probably go over to do some gladiator dice, but he kind of chills with you guys, and at this point it's him, Maury, Pika and his sisters and his brother, and they're kind of just hanging out with you guys, kind of just chatting you up. That alchemist is still kind of eyeing you, Coden. She's very sweet actually.
Mm-hmm.
She's keeping
Well,
her
I'm
hands to
trying.
herself.
Just having a good time. I'm gonna offer some Cruella here.
You
How'd
want-
the betting go, huh?
Hmm?
How'd the betting go, huh?
Pretty well. Not as well as I hoped it would, but well, that's the nature of the game.
I write you down suspiciously and like, I don't know, you seem to do better than I'd expect most of the time with this.
I mean, that's probably the first time you've seen me gamble, right?
Yeah, but I've heard stories. Yeah. And offer you a swig of whiskey. You want some?
Why is
So
there
I
drunk?
drink all. Huh?
You're still drunk, aren't you?
No, I'm good. Great.
You're walking not in a straight line.
Well, I'm feeling good. That's all that matters, right?
Fair enough. No, just pat him on. Probably not like rear the back because he's way taller than me. But you know.
He's just a big fluffy. He's a big happy bear.
Okay. So he gets back. Oh, Davis didn't do too bad. Obviously not as much as you, but he didn't do bad. But otherwise, I mean,
For a brief second, I had 6,000 gold and more.
fucking people, I swear to God.
And then I lost half of it. Not
If
half
you-
of it, but a third.
I mean, you're still doing better than most, so.
True.
But I mean, otherwise, that's the rest of the night. I mean, unless you guys wanted to hit, if you guys had any second thoughts about any of the stalls, I mean, that's the rest of the week. I mean, this was going to be a short session anyway, so I mean, we got done. We got 3 hours. So if there's anything you guys wanted to go back to go do, you can. If not, I mean,
I think I'm just going to my room, probably.
okay.
Coden might be going to another tonight.
Code might be what?
Going to another room tonight.
Oh, who's?
Well, he's just having a good time. He doesn't want to leave the bar.
I mean, you know,
So-
Miss Alchemist has kind of been, you know, she's been respectful with you,
Okay.
kind of. So that's up to you. I'll leave that open ended. You can tell me later if that's something you would pursue. But otherwise, you guys went gambling. Steel Trap's just been kind of hanging with Maury and them, and I mean, you guys just drank the night away, and the rest of the week is just fun. So,
All right.
yeah. So that was the festival. That was Pelor's week. Yeah, that's the end of the session then.
One other thing though,
Yes.
in the downtime in that week, when do the rings arrive?
The rings would arrive at the end of the week, or probably
Okay.
So you guys were probably doing this around Thursday. They'd probably arrive. Well, he has. I don't think he'd have to borrow a forge because he's the ring maker is not from around here. If anything, it would probably be when he gets back home. Which even that, if he goes back home and having to do it, it would probably take. Let's see, it's 3 weeks up, and then it would be 3 weeks back, unless you rush the order. In which case, he would have to borrow someone's because he's an out of towner. Otherwise, it'd be 6 weeks actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, because he would have to go home, make it, and then send it back. So it'd be 6 weeks.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
I'll just end up looking for a cleric after it to
A cleric after it?
enchant the rings
Okay. Okay.
with ever burning flame.
I see. You know that. Well, you know that doesn't give off heat, right?
No, it doesn't give off heat. It gives off light though.
True. True. All right. But otherwise, whatever downtime is, whatever happens after that, is going to be between sessions. So, yeah, short session tonight. So,